have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. It's 24 hours a day when it's in that queue, and you can watch this program as well as other programs. But I want to get ready to go because, again, family, if you don't know where you are or where you've been and who you are, then you really don't know how to live in America. So today we want to bring you a program that's going to teach what it's like to really be black in America and all around the world, because this is what it's about today. Because, again, in 2025, sometimes the children of the world, we've been lost, and sometimes we need to be found. And today is about finding who you are, where you really come from, and where you truly should be about today. So today I bring on the man himself. I'm going to let him introduce himself because, again, sometimes it's greater, better to let a person tell you who they truly are themselves. Sir, would you please introduce yourself to the world audience?
Yeah, I'm Brother C.P. Fuquay Bay, Grand Sheik, Morris Science Temple America, Temple 25 here in Detroit, Michigan. And I have been a Grand Sheik for over 30 years, and the Grand Sheik is equivalent to a master teacher in religious theology. And I'm here today with Mr. Billy E. Jones on the Billy E. Jones Show this morning, broadcasting live January the 8th, 2025. This is Prophet Noble Drew Ali's birthright day, who is the founder of the Morris Science Temple of America, who founded the Morris Science Temple of America 1913 AD, teaching his people that they were not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779, lasted until 1865 by slaveholders. We are no longer slaves, so we no longer want to cling to the names of slavery. We are not his property anymore. When you check world records and you check through the biblical translations, you don't see blacks in there, you don't see Negroes in there, you don't see coloreds in there. Why? Because we jumped the color line. That, in fact, is white supremacy and thoughts of white supremacy when you bow down and you get into the color game. People are not known by color.
You know, I want to bring you on because I watched you, listened to you. Of course, I met you many years ago. However, it was just been a reflection. It's been a reflection as I spoke to you and spoke and said, you know, way back in about the fourth grade, when the teacher, fourth, fifth grade, when the teacher, if you were good, Clawson Elementary School in Oakland, California, had a teacher that if you were a good student, the class was good, we followed directions, quiet, didn't disturb the classes, etc. She would take the class to the movies. And on this particular movie, it was Macbeth. And, of course...
Othello.
Othello, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Othello. And this movie had a lifelong impact upon my life. And you brought it up. You brought it up from the depths of my memory. And what that was is this black man. I said black because, again, I forgot my education. I was ignorant when I brought that and said that, because this person that played the part of a Moor.
Right.
And this person was James Earl Jones.
Right.
Now, folks, you hear me speak this particular way, as I mentioned to you. My voice family is actually this particular way. I actually imitated and emulated James Earl Jones.
Okay.
My speaking voice is actually in this tones. But as I've told the people that have been close in my life, my mother let me know that she did not want me to speak in this heavier tone because you
Okay.
told me that if I spoke in this heavier tone, people
Intimidating.
would not listen to me, that it'd be intimidating. You heard
Yes,
that.
yes.
So I learned to speak in a pattern which is my regular voice speaking now, in the pattern that I speak. But I want you to know that Billy do have a heavier voice, which is my natural voice. And mother said, don't do that, son. So can you go back and explain to the folk about the difference between black folks, Negro folk, colored folk, again, and the understanding of your principles of being in the lifestyle of being a Moor?
All right. As I said at the onset, Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and he set into motion something to undo the spell that we were in.
Mm-hmm.
We were comatose and thinking that it was really something to be black and proud that we as Negroes was colored. Prophet Noble Drew Ali organized the Moorish Science Temple of America around 1925. And then just like 100 years ago, he started to organize the Moorish Science Temple of America. From organizing, he went so far as to incorporate the organization back in 1926 as the Moorish Temple of Science. And later, the Moorish Temple of Science was changed. The name was changed to the Moorish Science Temple of America and chartered as a religious corporation because our people needed added protection to be practitioners of an historical difference that was necessary in America, because nobody came for us. I mean, nobody came for us and took us out of the queue of being a Negro, a black, or a colored. A certain mindset of people gave that to their slaves. And when they gave that to their slaves, after a while of hearing it for so long, we got to putting back on those slave garments and talk about we was Negroes, blacks, coloreds, etc. Because we did not know exactly where we came from. Prophet Noble Drew Ali gave us something to hold on to and told us we came from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa.
Let me interact with you as you
Okay,
teach,
go
brother.
right ahead.
And family, you'll notice I'm kind of silent because, again, ignorance is not being stupid. Ignorance is just that you just don't know. So what we're doing today is I'm going to interrupt from time to time just to get some understanding. Why is it that why is it
interjecting?
Thank you, sir. Why is it that generally at this time in 2025, I would say we do not have a vast amount of knowledge about the Moors?
Well, I cannot.
And that's the purpose of today's
Let
family.
me tell you, number one is that he who controls the media controls the minds of people.
Okay.
Anything that can be productive and unify disunified people, certain powers don't want that to be.
Okay.
Because then you come into the realm of self-sufficiency and you cannot be guided and steered in any given direction by someone that's not in support of where you are trying to go. They talk about a level playing field. I don't know where that came from because we was out in the field. I don't know about how playing out there. You better not get caught playing out there. Get a couple cracks out there talking about level playing field.
Yes.
We ain't asked to be in no fields out there. They put us in a field.
Okay.
And they want to talk about them leveling them off. No, only thing was leveling them. We was leveling them with shovels. So at this point in time, we here now, and Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought us something. Our prophet to us. He is an angel to us. That's who Prophet Noble Drew Ali is to us. And people say, well, he wasn't a prophet. He wasn't a prophet to you. He's a prophet to us and all those who chose to accept the information that he brought us. And it was a New Testament and a New Testament in time when he did what he did for us, because nobody came for us. They had us still clinging to those names that alluded to slavery. It wasn't empowering us at no point in time along the way. So he gave us family connection again and gave us the Moorish flag in this Moorish Science Temple of America.
Interject and again, in the travels of our conversation, how and why did we develop the mindset between the fact that we had brought or was put into the situation of having what they call the field Negro? I can say what it actually was called, but I'll keep it to the fact we've got a world audience that we teach.
What difference do that make? Tell the
hold
truth.
Hold on. And so what is the difference between a field Negro and a house Negro?
You're going to ask me? I wasn't in the field with the
No.
Negroes. I don't know what a house Negro
No, I'm
is.
asking what is it and
The
how
difference.
did that difference, was that developed mindset
Okay.
from slavery when the folks that was brought over here, our ancestors that was brought to America, that, and let's understand, where you are is the person who know who you are and where you're from. What I'm also understanding and what I'm bringing up is the fact that there are folk who are book taught in America that there was a time and there is a division still existing today in terms of skin color between the folks that was chosen to work in the house and the folks who were chosen to work in the fields, that developed a certain differences between the black slaves. That's where I want you to hit on it.
I got you. Well, I don't know if you really want me to hit on that.
I want you to hit on it. Yes, sir. This is the
Maybe
talk.
I won't
First,
hit on
first of all, let me tell you this. This is the Talk B. Jones.
Okay.
This is about understanding, and we don't hold back, because if the truth is the truth, and we are keeping it clean, we're keeping it knowledgeable, we're keeping it educational. And
Yeah.
again, I have a world audience.
Yeah, they
And
gonna
for
know.
those who don't know, they need to know. And for us who forgotten, we need to understand how it actually worked. And because, again, this is not to be a divisional situation. This is to be a united situation. Because, again, if you didn't understand how and why your great-great-grandparents was educated to pass along a certain mindset,
Yeah.
and we talk about if you don't have a certain skin color back in our time, then you were decided to be a certain particular level of a human being, even within the, quote, colored, Negro, black population. So we want to, that's what we, unpeeling the onion is what we're doing right now.
I'm going to peel some onions.
Peel some onions, brother.
I'm going to peel some onions here.
Get the stank out there.
I told them, people, listen, this is the facts with me, what I'm doing, I'm peeling the onion. I'm going back in time. Let us forget the flesh and go with man to the land of fleshless things. Well, we're going to jump some timelines. I'm telling you right now, I would have been in the house. I want to be in the field. I want to be where all that heat is at. Call me what you want, but I'm going to be in the house where it's cool at. So I tell you that much. So they talking about all that light skin and that. I'm going to work to get out the way of all that heat and all that super oppression so they can play them games, psychological games, as they want to. I'm going to be working hard so I can get up out of all that heat. So y'all call me what y'all want to call me, but I'm in here sipping on lemonade. So I'm telling you, this is the way it's going to be. We talking about the color game. That's the color scheme. They had the people that was in the house primarily was they stepchildren or was they children. They was having sex with all the slaves. So with all these different slaves, it was desirable to them. When the children came out, how else they going to get light? You got all this dark in the field, then all of a sudden you got Master Bill come up and pick your sister up, pick your auntie up, and go in the house with her. And 6-9 months later, it's a baby being born. And what are you talking about? The baby ain't going to come out looking like us. So they want to keep that baby up in the house, and they had mammy in there, or what they call mammies or whomever, taking care of the baby. So that's how they got a chance to be up in that house. But that's another story, and that has so many moving parts to it. We can't really go into and peeling this onion back because there's many layers to it. But at the end of the day, as they rewrite the story and want to tell the story about you had the house nigga, the field nigga, and what's this guy?
Let's keep that one a clue. Let's break, because again, we have a situation we don't, we don't use that particular word. I understand where you are.
What word?
The Negro, the other word.
We don't want to use nigga. Listen,
yeah.
I thought this was the Bobby E. Jones show. We were going
No,
to
this
peel
the
some
no, this
Billy.
this the
Billy
let me
E. Jones.
And there's
show.
a certain standard that Billy Jones
Okay,
even
yeah,
operate
okay,
under. Okay.
I'm gonna operate under the standards of truth. That's why I say maybe you ain't want me to go into that.
Yeah, well,
because I'm gonna tell it
keep that
like
one
it
out.
is. Because
Yeah.
they said keep it out, but they didn't receive the punishment and the trauma that we did. So of course they want to keep it out of here. But I'm gonna let it be known that's what I was brought up under in those times. So now we don't want to go back to those times. Let's keep it redefined in another direction. And we ain't gonna be talking about Willie Lynch and what Willie Lynch did in the letter he wrote and all those type of things.
Oh, we want to know about the Willie Lynch.
No, because he is kind of graphic in certain areas. And he talked about certain things, and this world audience may not want to rekindle some of that. So we're gonna come fast forward. We're gonna bring them right up to speed where we are right now.
Hold on. The Willie Lynch letter has a big part to play in where we are. It is a letter that went out that was the master plan to cause division. And all I ask is that we can have the conversation, but just like we say, there's children in the house. We use a certain language because there's children in the house. There's a certain type of language that I know that you can speak. I know you're hard. Folks, I didn't bring on no little person that's going to run around and try to tap dance around different things. This man don't do that. This man don't do that. I knew this, and I know that. And so I'm asking, because, again, the station, I have a certain idea that we pass along, and I'm asking him to kind of edit.
Yeah. Let me,
and I know he can do that.
Let me try to edit that for him, because like I say, I'm speaking in real times to real minds, right here, right now. If they can talk about killing people on videos, and they got all type of graphic pictures and guns and so forth and so on, then they want to say what we talking about with words. Words ain't the main thing that's killing people. It's them bullets that's killing people, and that's front line and center. They got men around here acting like women. Can I say that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I noticed a sensitive show, so I didn't know what areas I go in. You said tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. Why?
Hold up, it's not a sensitive show, bro.
Oh.
It's a fact of the matter is that in all conversations, don't get me started now. Don't
Come
get
on.
me. No,
Come on.
no,
Get going, Billy.
No, don't get me started
Get going.
now, because again, I state that we all have standards in which we present things.
One.
My show is played to everybody, and the process is that I say there's a certain standard of word knowledge, word conversation that I don't use. And that's what I say in terms of how you put out the truth. That's your style.
Okay.
That's what you do.
Okay, I got you.
If you want to talk about your
I respect
thing,
that.
that's all I say.
You know why I say I respect that? Because at the beginning of the broadcast, you said the views and opinions of this show don't necessarily reflect. So this is my view and this is my opinion. It don't reflect him. This reflect me. I'm speaking truth to power. You got a problem with how the phraseology that I use? Well, it's going to be days like that.
Phraseology is the conversation of what you put out. The wordsmith is what I put out and say. There's certain words. Take out your kids.
Me and you.
That is for me and you, because I'm in the public. It's not just your people, my brother.
I'm in the public too.
No, not just your people. It's my people. It's the people around the world. I got different sensitivity, and I deal with that.
Yeah.
And you see, family, we don't rehearse.
We
don't rehearse. Okay, that's what.
This
See, that's
ain't
why I
it.
say this is why it's live and it's where it go. We talk, but this is the way men talk.
Yeah.
This is the way men talk. If you notice that we have a differences. But we ain't about talking where we want to grab each other by the throat and say, man, you go through the understanding and you can work it out.
We work
it out. And it's going to work out because, again, this man, I said to you, he's on fire.
Well,
he's on fire. And sometimes I got to say, hold it back just a little bit.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Go ahead, brother. Do your
that's
thing.
That's
you were talking about sometimes men acting like women.
I got you.
All right, we're good.
That's what they was talking about when the house was burning. They burning us body. That's what they was talking about when Nat Turner got loose on some people. They was like, hey, they had more of the slaves shooting at Nat Turner than the slave masters. Because they like, hey, just calm down now. Nat Turner said, everybody got to go.
Front door.
I don't know. Yeah, that might be something about people. I remember it was a situation. Okay. This may be off the path a little bit, but I remember a situation where the brother said that they had what they call so-called activists in the room. People wanted change. People was all talking about change. Okay,
yes.
So they said had all the people in there, and they was galvanized. They said, "How many of y'all are willing to die for the cause?"
That's right.
A lot of people raised their hands. A lot of people didn't. And you know what he had nerve enough to say?
What did he say?
He said, shoot everybody that didn't raise their hand because they're against us.
Okay.
Because if you ain't willing to really die for it, you ain't in it like that.
Yeah.
He said, shoot all them people that didn't raise their hand because they ain't really down with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the people that's down with us is down with us. And they ain't going to be sensitive to what's being said because they know it's going to take some stern talk to get some people right. Because far too long, we've been moving wrong. We've been tap-toeing around, tipping around different situations. It ain't better than our situation. It ain't better than one bit. So if we still using the same medicine, we taking a poison and we think somebody else gonna die as a result of that. That ain't work. We dying. We the one dying. Why? Because people don't want to speak truth to power. They get nervous. Just like your mother told you, Billy. Hey, calm down. Keep your voice low. Keep your voice low. They're gonna see you almost as an antagonist. Why? Because you stirring up the minds of the people. You get them to a boiling point to where they can think, and when they thinking different, they're gonna start moving different. They don't want.
Let me give you a quick example about that voice thing. O.J. Simpson, like him, love him, whatever you feel about him, before he even got on the field, while he was on the field, and before he got on the field, one of the problems that folks had with O.J. Simpson was his voice, the tone of his voice, the deepness of O.J.'s voice.
Yeah.
They criticized how deep O.J. spoke.
Right.
Okay, so that was prejudice right there because O.J. was man enough to keep his manly voice.
Yeah.
Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah, they say that about me sometimes.
That's
they
right.
say, hey, they say, what you talking so loud for? I say, wait a minute. When I talk with men, this is how I talk. I talk with men, and if they not thin-skinned and they understand the concept and the message conveyed, the conversations continue to flow like fluid water cascading down the mountainside. So when we talking about situations of this particular nature, we don't run into, hey, wait a minute, can you tone it down? No, I can't tone it down. Cut it all the way up. Cut the volume up. You got to stir the devil up sometimes. They be thinking everything gonna be rosy. It ain't gonna be rosy. They let these young people get around here. They ain't eliminate all that off TV. They talking about moving with the cops and blowing up the ops. So here it is. You got to calm that down. That music be blasting. The bass be blasting. They got guns. They got switches. They talk about death. They do what they might say self-fulfilling prophecies. They talk about death so much and dying, they end up dying like they say they was going to die. I got the switches, I got the glitches, and here we come. We're going to get the rum, going to kill the ops, shoot at the cops, and all that type of stuff. They bringing it. They bringing a certain energy into that arena. So we in an arena like this is the arena of truth. This is the arena that people going to pay attention to and say, man, Billy done went down there and got in Detroit. I remember when we was in the 4th grade together. He's a changed man now. When I was going to school, I didn't get a chance to go to the movie. They put a star on my head when I said, when I was being calm. I was calm. You got a star on your head today. Give me a star on my head today. I remember that was a 5-pointed star. I say, this is waking up something. Yeah, you say waking up the third eye. Waking up the third eye, believe this. When you wake up the third eye, you wake up 3 people. So you got the spirit plane, you got the soul plane, you got the physical plane. So you operating on them different planes. So when you wake up that third eye, you're on another plane. And sometimes people want to use artificial stimulus to get on that other plane. So I'm here to tell you right now, Prophet Noble Drew Ali leveled this plane so that we could comprehend this information. He brought this Moorish Science Temple of America. When you say, hey, you speaking to other people other than your audience, my people is my audience. Who is my people? The people that want truth to power. They don't have to be a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America to hear the truth, to recognize the truth, and want to walk in the truth. They don't have to be that. They still my people. What you talking about? We ain't jumping out with the division in the game. The truth is going to divide, the weak from the strong. That's what the truth is going to be. So here it is as we moving along. Sometimes people get nervous because they chasing the bag. And when they chasing the bag, they don't want to say nothing that's going to make people not want to turn over that bag to them. They bag chasers.
All right. With those bag chasers, we want to understand what those people want to see these commercials that's going to sponsor the program.
No,
hold on.
There you go.
Well, hold on. It's going to make
Give
it
to
work
them.
so we can bring you back for the second part of your conversation.
Oh, yes.
Told you. And so what we're going to do is take the commercial and come back with my guest on the Talk Beat Jones. Again, I am Billy E. Jones. And remember, if you want to watch the program, you can see us live every Wednesday from 10 to 11. You can also watch the broadcast. It's on 15.2 at 4 to 5 on Sundays, so that you can enjoy more of the Talk Beat Jones with Billy E. Jones. Again, you can also go to YouTube, TV33 on demand, and this program will be in queue in a couple, 3 days, so that anybody, anywhere across the world, you can tell your friends, you can see that program that you missed by going to YouTube, TV33 on demand, and you can see the program 24 hours a day, pick it up 365 days out of the year. But again, we will be back with more of the Talk Beat Jones. Again, I'm Billy Jones. What's your name, sir?
I'm Minister C.P. Fuquay Bay.
So stay right there. We will be back after these wonderful commercial announcements on the Talk Beat Jones. Billy E. Jones, doing it like nobody else can do it in 2025. I've got the activists. I got Mr. Morris right here. Gonna teach you on the Talk Beat Jones. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
All media platforms are engaged. Copy.
Get ready to launch your show or product.
Periscope ready. We're 5x5 ready to launch. Copy that.
Trend worldwide across all major platforms.
Ignition. 3, 2, 1.
The world is waiting. Watkins Broadcasting. More than just TV.
Muscles, joints, or feet tired, achy, or distressed? Tried everything? Ringmaster Rubbing Oil is a vintage topical pain reliever, trusted for over 70 years, with a rich formula for the treatment of stubborn aches and pains. Packaged in a glass bottle for purity, our liquid can also be used in warm water for foot soaks and compresses. A little goes a long way. Try our time-tested formula, available in several sizes.
Make a donation to WHBR-TV and receive 2 2-ounce bottles of Ringmaster Rubbing Oil for $25. Call 313-868-6612. You
wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. Billy E. Jones, and this is the Talk Beat Jones. Again, Talk Beat Jones, we're on air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11. You can have a broadcast on Sundays on 15.2. You can also go, that's 15.2, that's also WHPR, WHPS. And also, no talking on the sidelines, please. And also, you have the YouTube, TV33 on demand. Again, you can go to YouTube, TV33 on demand. Be here in about 3 days. And at that point, you can pick us up 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day. But right now, many of you are able to watch us live on the R.J. Watkins page. And I have my wonderful guest, activist, teacher from around the world himself. Because if you got a problem, you can call this man. What's your name, sir?
Minister C.P. Fuquay Bay. Also, they call me Blessed Hands because I'm not only an activist in the Grand Chic, I do prepare meals. I am a meal preparer for not only for the homeless, but for those that may be hungry. So I want you to add that in too, because some people may want me to prepare some of that fine cuisine for them, because I can do just that. And I don't do regular food. I do creative food. One of my staples or hallmarks is that blueberry chili. I do that.
Blueberry chili. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, you heard it now.
I heard it now. Teach me, brother.
Yeah, and I do walnut salmon croquettes.
Okay.
Walnut salmon croquettes, and that means you crush up the walnuts, and they had to be prepared all the way. Well, I'll go into that.
I mean, that sounds healthy.
Also, I do a German chocolate cake, a 3-layer German chocolate cake. I'm just giving you some of the things that's, in my repertoire.
Now, folks out there right now who listen to you and they say, my stomach is growling for some of that.
Okay.
Is there a particular number or contact situation that they can call you and say, hey, can you, what does it take for us to get some of that, or have you come do this for us?
Well, usually I wait till the great God Allah speaks to me, and I make that my assignment for a given time. I usually go out in the community and, serve the people in the community with some of my cuisine, because I just don't fix a pot. I fix, large amounts, at least for 101 people or so. I also have a vegetarian pasta that I also do with that rainbow macaroni, and then I add my other flavors to it. But that's for the warriors. That's going to be for the soldiers, because they're going to need some energy when they fighting these battles out here. They fighting the battles of hunger and poverty.
Can you take a time and talk to the folks about the giveaway program that you do, and help those who are in need receive these wonderful gifts, such as I can remember the clothing, the coats, the mittens, the hats, etc. But you've done more than just that particular drive. And how do you come up with these drives, and where can they find out information as to when potentially they can get help from you and your organization?
Okay, you already outlined a couple of things that we do on an annual basis, and we have been doing them for a couple of decades now. When we're talking about back to school supplies, when we're talking about doing hats, gloves, and coats, and things of this particular nature, hygiene packages that we just go out randomly and give them away in the public. But we usually have a strategic planning when we do our hats, coats, and gloves giveaway. Usually it's going to be at our Temple location, 5601 Grand River, and we primarily do that in the month of December. But the weather will really dictate how we tend to move in other areas, because sometimes we go out to the elementary schools and we give away hats and gloves and things like that. We don't necessarily give coats unless it's a particular family or something like that. Somebody may come to us in those regards. We give out food randomly. We take our young people with us, and we have them to be instrumental in paying it forward to where they'll be part of boots on the ground in the preparation, all the way from the preparation to the delivery of the meal. All meals are did with nothing but love. We won't put anything out that we won't eat ourselves. We also we had some Sub-Zero. We had some pretty cold weather. I ain't gonna say it was sub.
Yes, we do.
But we also put together, that was another one of my creation. We put together some Moco. Now, MoCo was a different level and a different brainchild that we actually put together,
Okay.
consisting of coffee, consisting of dark chocolate, consisting of cocoa, and consisting of some cinnamon. And as that was percolating in my mind about assembling these ingredients, did I hit it with a little cayenne pepper. I say, wake them up with just a little bit cayenne pepper, and they truly received that, and it was very, very enlightening to many of them.
Yes,
because it's a number of different fine blended flavors in there to help our people. And believe it or not, some of those things are what they call this. It's not a superfood. They call it something else, but an antioxidant type of thing.
Antioxidant.
Antioxidant. Yeah. So we really into. These are our people out here in the street, and people say, "Why you talk to them like that?" We talking. These are our people. We ain't just get here, and what I mean, we ain't just get here. We back on the planet again. We was taken off the planet. We've been back. I've been to hell twice and made it out of there. So I'm saying I know what it is to be at your lowest low, and you got to get up. And then some of the people, when you getting up, some of the people will help you up because they want you to get out of there too. So
let me ask you this.
Let me ask
you this. Now, what I've observed is the wonderful interaction of your people. When I say your people, all people, your people.
That's right.
Okay. But I'm saying when I see your gatherings,
right,
I see such a loving respectfulness between the men, between the women, and the children, the young folk. Can you give an understanding as to how the young folk are brought up and what are they taught to make them become young women that are so respectful, so loving, and young men that are so respectful? Because that's what drew me back. That's what drew me back in watching and seeing that. I said, these are my people.
Yep.
These are my people. And this is the way, not the crab in the barrel syndrome that many black folk, colored folk, Negro folk, all African-American folk conduct themselves in. The lovingness, the respectfulness, the caring, the sharing that I've always continued to witness in the gatherings that I've witnessed that you're a part of. How is that brought about, sir? How is that karma brought about?
Well, as you were saying that, it was opening up certain chambers in my mind, and all I could think about is that said, tell the Pharaoh to let my people go.
Okay.
All right, and the reason why that came about is because we can teach these babies, we can fill their minds with the maximum of truth, but in the society currently, in this electrifying age, they have so many other distractions that we can't always be on top of. They got friends that they keep in their bedroom with them. We don't even know. They got friends everywhere they go. We don't know. They run around here with AI and IA and Susie and Jerry and a whole lot of other things they got going on that's occupying their mind space sometime. So it can be very challenging to keep them moving in a certain direction, and you use that, and the way to better drive that home is you got to keep them fortified. You got to kind of keep them out of harm's way, and harm's way can just be with some of these social media devices that they have, because a parent don't know that their child's mind is constantly unfolding, is constantly expanding, and different things is being caught in the mind, trapped in the mind by way of things they see on social media. The mind, you got your rapid eye movement moving about 26, 26 bats per second, and they going into deep mind states and all this type of stuff. They got the Percocets and they got the Mollies and all the rest of this type of thing, just blocking the receptors in the mind. So it's become very challenging for us as a people. So we still must forge and move forth ahead and give them the information that we know what is right. And it'll come a point in time in their life when they want to do right. They got something to reflect back on, to refer to, so it can help navigate them down the pathway of harmony and peace, because there's a lot of trauma going on here, Billy.
Now let's go into your position as an activist in this community. How is it that you function as an activist in bringing peace to our community in Detroit and other areas? Your voice has been heard many, many times.
I'm not sure what you want me to say
I
in
want you to
regards to that. I just listen. These are our people out here. These are reason why I keep saying these are our people, because we are all one. So, you know, you get calls sometime from concerned parents and concerned people, friends that you know. It's just things always going on, and you can step upon the scene and you can be the calmer or the charmer in the storm. Why? Because it's all relatable. Why? These are all our people. These are all. They don't have to be. They are people. These are. Listen, we all, you know, we all children of Adam and Eve. These are our people, Abrahamic people. These are our people. So we got a certain kinship for that which is right. We want harmony. We want peace. We want love. So when we brought in situations, that's what we want to bring. We don't want to bring the old political correctness. All this stuff ain't. Listen, yeah, okay. We want to be correct. All the politics and tricks and, you know, we ain't into tricks. We want to say, we want to speak power to the people. Mm-hmm. People want, oh, you speaking too loud. Well, don't call me. Go get somebody on me speaking soft and get that stuff out there. No, because I be passionate about, these are our people. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? These are our people, and our people come through a number of different situations. They not afraid of people. They talking, you know, loud, because they gonna hear through that. You over there speak. Listen, I ain't getting into some of that stuff, but I don't care if I'm in position with some people. They already know who they bring into the party, so they don't want me to be there. I'm still coming. So what? I'm still coming anyway, because you don't regulate this space. We got airspace. We wherever we need it, wherever we show up at, if we can help, you know, relieve the oppression of another, we duty bound to do just that. Mm-hmm. So, and I hope it's gets to be like contagious in so much as that we have other people in line with that. They don't have to be in line with me, be in line with the truth, and the truth will start flowing through them, because let the force be with you. We in the force, and we down.
You know, that's one thing. I've never really seen you in a confrontation.
Well, yeah, they cut the cameras off when those times come. They cut them off. Listen, they kind of, listen, I'm trying to tell you. You know, all that, you know, they be like.
When I say that, you have a way with words. You have a way with your passion. You have a way with your vision that people listen to. That's where I'm coming from. Is that when you're speaking in the style that you speak, you tell the truth. You place things in a way that folks listen with their ear and it comes to their heart. So they don't want to have a confrontation, because you're able to get to them through words and how you phrase things and how you bring up ideology to make a person say, I need to listen to this brother. Because you find that in most arguments, most situations, there's a confrontation. If you have a way to diffuse it, I think that's what I should put out there, that you diffuse situations so that there's not a confrontation. That's the process, what I was trying to come to, sir.
Okay, great. You know, and de-escalation,
yes, sir,
I think is the term that you're using. And they try to teach some type of technique so they can try to market these things sometime. But if it's in your heart, you're going to, like you say, you're going to have the ability to do it. I just know a lot of it. It's people out here in the streets, they in it like that.
Right.
They in it like that. Mm-hmm, they know where we at. We in it, you know, so it ain't like trying to follow some type of scripts and, you know, trying to mimic somebody else, other than mimicking peace and that which is right and standing together on some of those particular forms. But like I said, you got some bag chasers out here, and they want to be the primary spokesman, and they want to keep everything chilled out. It's like they bought by the bag. And I ain't never had a bag.
Now, for folks who don't understand, when you say a bag, what do you mean?
They never gave me a bag. What?
When you say a bag, what do you mean for those who are trying to be taught?
Listen, all they got to do is check the record. And so we got so many people out here acting now. They really activists. They out here.
Or when you say bag, you talking about chasing the money?
Yeah, because like I say, some people out here now, if it wasn't for the government money, they wouldn't be out here. Why you say that?
Okay.
They wasn't out here beforehand
Okay,
till they
okay.
found out they wasn't out. They were still alive and living,
Mm-hmm.
but they wasn't out here. There's certain motivations, and there's certain motivations gonna show up, and people, listen. The resources are what they are, and sometimes people. They just doing a lot of talking, but they not doing a lot of. They not performing a lot of actions. They hash out money for people to sit back and talk about. Oh, I ain't getting. Listen, no, people that still doing what they doing from their heart. They set apart from all the rest, so they know who they are. They don't even get offended by it because they in it like that. That stuff don't move them. They continue to move along those timelines. Other people will get offended, like, what are you talking about? So what? You get offended when I'm talking about. Come and ask me what I'm talking about. But people that's about it, they got their heart gonna be into it. They gonna be about it. You're gonna go in some rooms, you're gonna see them same people in those particular rooms. Why? Because they've been in those rooms for years. They didn't have nobody supporting it. They come in there, they get in the rooms, you see them, they show up, they in them places because this is where they place their heart at. Some people got to come when the bag come,
We in Detroit, there's a report that the crime levels in Detroit is tremendously down.
Yep.
And we do note,
Yeah.
I do believe in credit where the credit is due,
Yeah.
or ask the question. There was a few years ago the recruitment of groups of folk who had the title activists. And they were brought into the situation of working with the political folk. And in some forms, they're crediting those groups of folks with the fact that the crime levels have gone down. How do you feel about that?
I feel great. The crime levels have gone down.
And do you feel that there's a change because there are folks who, I'm going to be graphic, do you feel that it's because folks who were imprisoned, who had the knowledge as to how to speak the language to those who are out here perpetrating those crimes, are able to get to those folks and get them to chill out?
Listen, Billy, it's many moving parts to this thing, and reason why I say it's many moving parts to it, because when you're out here in the field, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
I know one thing. They got what they call shooters out here. They got people that are willing to commit a crime with nothing else in mind,
Right.
and they call themselves be bodacious. You take some of them out the equation. It ain't about talking to nobody. You take them out the equation, you get them locked up. Of course the crime gonna go down. Why? Because them the ones that are instigating the shooting. So you remove one element, you can bring down the crime. It ain't because I went and talked to somebody. Some law enforcement did what they did, or sometimes they reaching karma. They out here shooting people. Somebody caught up with them, shot them. Now they out the equation. Now you're gonna have peace for a long time. It ain't got nothing to do. It has something to do with kind of law enforcement to some degree because it's many moving parts.
I come from Oakland, California. Oakland, California had a very high crime rate. Pastor Jackson, Bishop Jackson now, Bishop Jackson, Oakland, California, recruited the men who had been leaders and were imprisoned. Those men were people that the street folks listened to, admired, and emulated. They were older guys. When they got out of prison, Pastor Jackson, Bishop Jackson, recruited those men and gave them the title Men of Valor. He even, as he moved from his church and had another larger church built, placed them in that church. And what happened? Those men went out and took those young bucks and taught them what men were really about, toned them down. So that's why I say that men that have seasonings have value because they understand what life is really about, and they can teach. Where sometimes the law enforcement, the folks in the political, they can't reach them. Folks have been there, done that, who understand life and what life is truly about can make a difference. So I salute, still to this day, my folk in Oakland, California, the men of valor, because here in Detroit, they learned, but Oakland was doing that. So now it's time for me to say goodbye, and within about a minute, would you give your goodbyes to your friends and fans around the world? Minister.
You say to what?
Would you say goodbye? We're going off the air.
Oh, you want me to have a closing remarks? All right, I'm going to tell you, do what's in your heart. Stay focused, stay 10 toes down. Don't let no one talk you away from your purpose or your assignment because their lack of understanding of what you're trying to achieve. You don't always need money. You need resources to help make some things come true. So don't get caught chasing the bag. Stand up, stay focused, don't be bought out. Peace.
Well, you know what? That was really wonderful. That was really wonderful. Now I want you to go graphic. It hit your audience hard.
No.
No, without come on, just come on.
No.
Give me just.
I don't have a per se like a graphic switch that I don't have no switch on me to be graphic in that regards. That I want them to understand the vibration of where we at. You know, sometimes I can. You know, it's many different parts to me. And I had to do what's in my heart at that time based upon those parts. So like I say, you know, people that surround me, they understand that I have somewhat of a humorous side and then a passionate side. And then, you know, it's other sides that we don't have to even play toward. You know, it is what it is, and we just want to be in peace and harmony with people. We ain't tougher than the next, all that tough stuff. I don't get off on that. The next man is just as tough as the next man. All this gorilla people talking tough to you, I'm saying. People get hurt, be put in the dirt. We ain't trying to do that. We want to be on no thought level of hurting one another and perpetuating some type of negativity like you got to be super tough out here. Tough breeds tough. We don't want to be tough. We want to breed some love and get some cooperation and some harmony and some respect going. That's what's going to take us to the next level. That's it.
All
and
right.
I'm going to say peace on that. And happy Prophet Noble Drew Ali's birthday for all the Moorish Americans and all the well-wishers and supporters.
And family, you've been listening today to teachings, understandings about life, moving forward and finding out who we really are in 2025. This has been the Talk Beat Jones. Once again, I am Billy E. Jones, and you see, family, there is no script. There is no rehearsal. You hear men talk, men who don't have the same idea at different times of how to make a presentation to you. But the idea is to make you understand life and educate you as to how to move forward and get a greater life. Here on the Talk Beat Jones. Again, I am Billy E. Jones. Remember, the program is live every Wednesday from 10 to 11 on WHPR, WHPS. And you can also watch the program on Sundays from 4 to 5 on 15.2. And you don't forget, go to YouTube, TV33 on demand. That's YouTube, TV33 on demand. And you can watch the program, pick it up, tell your friends. And we want you to like it, share this information, and post it on your page even. Again, Billy Jones, Talk Beat Jones. We will see you back soon on WHPR, WHPS, YouTube, Roku box, all around the world. To my father, thank you for giving me my insights. And to my late mother, we love you to heaven and back, Mom. Bye, y'all. have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.